Alright, hello everybody, welcome to another video today. My name is Chris, and today we're going to be talking about why I was right about the Stop and Shop store in Carlstadt closing. So, the basis of it is, on Friday, July 12th of 2024, it was announced that 32 Stop and Shop underperforming locations would be closing, and believe it or not, the only Stop and Shop store within Bergen County, New Jersey that's going to be shutting down by November of 2024 is the Stop and Shop at 625 Patterson Avenue in Carlstadt. So there are a couple of key factors and elements of to why this store was going to close. First of all, they didn't exactly maintain the parking lot. And what I mean by maintaining the parking lot, meaning they didn't have any intentions of repaving the parking lot. That was the first off. Secondly, the Stop and Shop itself on the outside did not get any sort of type of update and upgrade. As a matter of fact, you can go right by this Stop and Shop today, and it looks exactly the same from it. They let the sign and the facade go. The PNC Bank closed in the store, and obviously they have significantly reduced the amount of different amounts of amount of merchandise going inside this store. And obviously, too, it is a very big and oversized Stop and Shop. On top of that, too, the Stop and Shop was a Grand Union. It was actually a Grand Union distribution center a long time ago. So the building itself has quite some supermarket history. But they didn't maintain the parking lot. The interior of the store is very it has not gotten an update since 2011 or 2012, so that tells you right there, too, that Stop and Shop is looking to get rid of the store very quickly. And geographically, too, there has been a lot of competition that has stepped up in this area. All I have to do is a quick supermarket switch, like just this immediate area of Carlstadt, East Rutherford, and Rutherford. Obviously, I think the biggest factor, of course, is just down the road, right across the railroad tracks, is the ShopRite supermarket in Wallington. This is their biggest competition. So that definitely this ShopRite opening here in 2014 played a pivotal role in the closing of the Stop and Shop store. You have CVS, obviously, right over here down the road. You also, if you go a little bit down in East Rutherford, right on Route 17, you also have an Aldi supermarket. And then if you really go down the road on Route 17, you have a BJ's Wholesale Club. So just a lot of supermarket choices. And then in addition to that, if we go west here, this is really, Maps is not working today. There's also a Stop and Shop over here in Clifton. There's actually two Stop and Shops in Clifton, in addition to some other supermarkets. There's a Stu Leonard's that just opened in Clifton. And then down the road, too, you also have a ShopRite in Lyndhurst and another Stop and Shop in Lyndhurst. There was a lot of factors, but I do think the biggest factors of the ultimate downfall of this Stop and Shop was ShopRite in Wallington, CVS, different ethnic supermarkets being built in the area, and also too, here's the thing: when you don't renovate a store and you don't renovate it like up to speeds, I'll give a great example. So there are some examples of Stop and Shops that have been renovated in recent time. So the Stop and Shop in Clifton, believe it or not, which is just a few miles west of the Carlstadt location, very, and this is an old picture. This one here in Clifton got a recent renovation. And then if we actually go a little bit west, I was shocked too that they renovated both of them. Two Stop and Shops in Clifton, that's a little much, but Clifton is a big town, and they could definitely handle two branded Stop and Shop supermarkets. I know ultimately they'll close one of them, but they're not in that dire state yet. But what I will say was, if I can do a stupid street view here, we can see, here we go, 2021, brand new facade, brand new sign. More of an up-to-date 2020s renovation. Not really kind of out of date-ish. And then the other Stop and Shop that recently got a renovation was the one in Hackensack, which I believe a lot of the workers right now in Carlstadt are going to go to. It's probably going to be a split between this one and Lyndhurst. I was shocked they didn't close Lyndhurst, but maybe it's far enough away where it doesn't immediately impact their sales. This is the Stop and Shop in Hackensack. I know it's right on the border of Lodi. But this one also, too, very recently got a renovation. I think they did it as of last year, so I do apologize. But this one also did get a renovation very recently. So I think when you take a look at the Stop and Shops not getting a renovation, that's kind of an indicator of saying, hey, Stop and Shop isn't exactly committed to this store. But I mean, obviously, the biggest impact is people losing their jobs. I know if they're going to close on or around November, what is it, November 2nd of 2024. All these Stop and Shops, including the Carlstadt location, will probably start liquidation sales, I would say, by the end of August, Labor Day, because usually it takes about 3 months to liquidate a grocery store. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that has to be liquidated. I mean, you're talking the shelving, you're talking the deli fixtures, you're talking the cash registers, and basically anything with the Stop and Shop logo on it, because obviously they're not going to use it in the newer stores that they build, because this Stop and Shop has all the older logos, with the exception of the shopping carts, which I'm sure the shopping carts, at least the newer ones, will just be transferred to other Stop and Shop supermarkets within the area. But like I said, I mean, this has been a childhood Stop and Shop of mine. I've been going to this particular Stop and Shop for a very long time. But obviously with the closing of PNC Bank, I mean, I know PNC Bank pulled out of a lot of them, but with the way that they renovated the PNC Bank in this particular Stop and Shop was really kind of an indicator saying, hey, they're just basically waiting to let this store go. And honestly, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I speculated back in, I mean, think about this. I speculated back in 2022 that this store was going to close, and now here we are 2 years later, and my speculation was pretty much on point. I know the next big vulnerable closing, unfortunately, is going to be the Walmart in Saddlebrook, but that hasn't happened yet, and that's not what today's video is about. And the unique thing about this Stop and Shop, too, is you'd actually be able to actually go to the back portion of the store. So I'll definitely make some sort of document. Like, I'll probably end up documenting the store once they start liquidation. I mean, like I said, I much prefer ShopRite. I feel like ShopRite is the #1 mainline non-specialty supermarket within the state of New Jersey, and especially with them being a New Jersey-based supermarket corporation, they have to use New Jersey as their main turf. I mean, I've always had a better experience at ShopRite than Stop and Shop. I just think ShopRite knows how to move inventory, and they do make their stores, and it's not just because they know how to quickly move grocery inventory. I think also, too, ShopRite is able to be unique and differentiate itself from like a traditional, maybe supermarket brand that's across America, because they're able to get some of the freshest, so not really the freshest produce, but they're able to have their stores in a unique way that I think Stop and Shop, even the newer Stop and Shops that they're doing now, it just doesn't come close. Not to say that I'm a fan of the Insera supermarkets. I definitely prefer the Saker ShopRites. That's just my opinion. But anybody could have an opinion. I mean, I think Insera did a nice job on Wallington. I'm not saying it's a bad ShopRite, but I do think that Insera ShopRite in Wallington was ultimately the reason why this Stop and Shop definitely was the downfall, because of the close proximity. This wasn't even. This wasn't even because they just made the announcement. I mean, like I said, from someone that goes to the store multiple times, I mean, I come here maybe once or twice a week, and I can see that the parking lot isn't even packed. I mean, even now, this was August 2018, and the parking lot's not even full. I don't exactly know what the future is going to hold. I would imagine that there's going to be some sort of subdivision of this Stop and Shop supermarket. I think I think you could almost put a Lildy in here, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Yeah, because you'd subdivide it there, and then you could put another tenant like at the end of here. It'll probably be like a Lildy. They should really get a gym down here, honestly. But anyways, so yeah, that is my quick analysis of why I was right about Stop and Shop closing in Carlstadt. And now, obviously, as we see at this statement here, Stop and Shop in Carlstadt is now closing as of 2024. Again, all these stores will be shutting down by or before November 2nd of 2024. Liquidation is expected to begin, I would say, likely in August, because they have to notify the liquidators about a month in advance to say, hey, we're going to start closing. So my advice to anyone right now at this Stop and Shop is be very cautious about what you buy in the supermarket right now, because eventually it's going to come to a point where they don't take returns. And then obviously anybody for the pharmacy, I don't exactly know which pharmacy they're going to transfer the prescriptions to. I don't know if it's going to go to Walgreens. I don't know if they're going to transfer it to Stop and Shop in Lyndhurst or Hackensack, but I'm sure they're going to start giving those customers that choice as we get closer to the end date of operation of the Stop and Shop. And this isn't the only Stop and Shop that's closing within the state of New Jersey. There's a couple that are closing. The only other one in North Jersey that's closing is in Ringwood, and then the rest of them are mostly in mostly in Central Jersey and South Jersey, because, like I said, Stop and Shop is kicking the crap out of them. I mean, even Massachusetts. I mean, Massachusetts is, and Connecticut is like their home turf, and even New York. The supermarket marketplace is very tough, and Stop and Shop never really made it a special and unique experience to go in. I hate to say that because I do frequent this particular Stop and Shop a lot, but like I said, it was a matter of time, and I correctly predicted that this store would close. There's really not much else to say other than that. And I'll make some sort of store tour as we get, not as we get closer to the end, but I think once we get all the closing signs that get to go in the store. I was actually just here. I think it was like 2 days ago, but there was no signs yet of the store closing. I mean, I literally went there the day after they announced the store was closing, so there won't be any signs at least until I would say probably the end of the summer. So I would say, like I said, liquidation will start Labor Day, and then we could see liquidation wrapping up November. So by Christmas and by Thanksgiving, this store will not exist, basically. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick analysis and of why I was right about the Stop and Shop closing in Carlstadt. Thank you guys so much for watching. Link to the press release by Stop and Shop Corporate will be in the description below, and that will be it.